Who do you think was the richest person in this office? The CEO? The manager? Or one of the executives? What if I told you? They were all wrong. The richest person in the building wasn't sitting in a luxurious office. He didn't wear expensive suits. He didn't drive a luxury car. Every morning, while everyone rushed to work, he quietly pushed a mop and a cleaning cart through the empty hallways. So how did a humble janitor become wealthier than people who earned 4 times his salary? The answer changed the way an entire office thought about money. And it might change the way you think about it too. Every morning, hundreds of employees walked through those office doors. Managers, executives, accountants, engineers. Everyone had somewhere important to be. But there was one man almost nobody noticed. His name was James. He quietly cleaned the hallways before the first meeting, polished the floors before anyone arrived, and disappeared before most people even learned his name. But here's what nobody knew. Every payday, James did something that almost nobody else in that building ever did. What was it? Nobody bothered to ask. On the 5th floor, worked a man named Kevin. If you asked anyone in the office, who do you think is the most successful person here? Almost everyone would point to him. Kevin drove a luxury SUV. He wore expensive designer suits. He carried the newest smartphone. He always looked confident, always looked successful. From the outside, it seemed like Kevin had everything. But appearances can be deceiving. Behind the smiles, behind the expensive lifestyle, Kevin was hiding a financial problem that nobody could see. What was he doing wrong? The answer would surprise everyone. Every Friday, something unusual happened. James received the same paycheck as always. Nothing extraordinary, nothing life-changing. Yet before he spent a single dollar, he quietly disappeared for a few minutes. No one knew where he went. No one asked. His co-workers assumed he was just taking a break. But what James did during those few minutes would completely change his future. Was he hiding a second job? Did someone secretly give him money? Or was there another reason nobody had noticed? The truth was much simpler than anyone imagined. Every payday, Kevin and James received their salaries. They worked in the same building. They went home on the same roads. They even cashed their paychecks on the same day. But from that moment on, their choices became completely different. Kevin believed, I work hard, I deserve to enjoy my money. James believed, my future deserves a share of my paycheck too. Neither man knew what the future would bring, but one decision, repeated every month, would quietly separate their lives. Can one small habit really change your future? You're about to find out. 5 years passed. The office looked almost exactly the same. The same elevators, the same conference rooms, the same coffee machine. But something had changed. Not the building. The people. James still arrived before sunrise, still greeted everyone with a smile, still pushed the same cleaning cart through the hallways. Kevin was still the office manager. He still earned a high salary. But lately, he wasn't smiling as much anymore. What had happened during those 5 years? The answer wasn't found in how much they earned. It was found in the choices they repeated every single month. One Monday morning, an email appeared in everyone's inbox. Join us at 10 a.m. as we celebrate James's retirement after 25 years of dedicated service. Most employees smiled. James deserves it, they said. By 10 o'clock, the conference room was full. The CEO stepped onto the stage. He thanked James for 25 years of faithful service. Then he paused, looked around the room, and said something no one expected. Today, we're not only celebrating James's retirement, we're celebrating a man who quietly became a millionaire while working in this very building. The room went completely silent. Some employees laughed because they thought it was a joke. Kevin didn't laugh. He couldn't stop staring at James. How could a janitor become a millionaire? After the celebration, Kevin couldn't stop thinking about what he had heard. As everyone left the conference room, he quietly walked over to James. For a moment, he didn't know what to say. Then he finally asked, "James, how did you do it? You earned less than almost everyone here. You never lived like a millionaire. So, what's your secret?" James smiled. There was no pride in his voice, no desire to impress anyone. He simply said, "I never tried to look rich. I paid myself first, every payday. Before I spent money on anything else, I invested a small amount. Not once, not twice, but every single month, for 25 years. Kevin stood there, speechless. The secret had never been a high salary. It had always been consistency. That night, Kevin couldn't sleep. James's words kept echoing in his mind. I never tried to look rich. For years, Kevin had believed that earning more money would solve all his problems. Now he realized it wasn't about earning more. It was about making better decisions. The next morning, for the first time in years, Kevin skipped the expensive coffee. He ignored the latest phone advertisement. Instead, he opened a simple investment account. He smiled and whispered, "It's not too late to start." Sometimes, the smallest decision you make today can completely change your tomorrow. The truth is, building wealth isn't about looking successful. It's about making small, wise decisions. Again, and again, and again. James didn't become a millionaire overnight. He became one by staying consistent, even when nobody was watching. So here's a question for you. If your future self could speak to you today, what financial habit would they ask you to start right now? Because the life you dream about tomorrow is built by the choices you make today. If this story inspired you, subscribe to Jennexa for more powerful money stories that can help you build wealth, one smart decision at a time.